Yeah, I hate to have forgetfulness, so I need a bowl.
My name.
So thanks for bringing it.
How you doing?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Sorry, you need to grab it. Thank you, Beth.
Thank you. Well, we have a lot of speeches tonight. We have 3 and a couple orders of business I would like to bring everyone's attention. I'm going to pass this one around and I want everybody to see it, but I want Larry to get it from last. Chris brought this to my attention that if you go on http://www.newyorkcompanies.com, business in Portland, social services, companies, Crown City, Toastmasters, you go nowhere. So I just want to make sure if you're
The link is broken, yeah.
the link is not connected. So you just take a look at it, make sure you don't get on that link.
Can you give me this too?
And
Yeah,
then
you give me the second.
maybe, no, I'll pass it around
I'll pass it
so that
around.
Larry ends up
Yeah.
with it. So you can maybe take a look to our webmaster and, hey, hi
You got a
there.
broken leg.
Welcome, welcome.
I think we need to have another table forward.
The other thing I would like to remind you to...
Larry?
Go ahead, take these two.
Everybody stand. There's a room up here now.
Is our...
I think I was going to set up that one. That's probably why
done
it's
by
broken.
March 2nd. It is international,
That's all I wanted to do.
and it is tall tales. Tall tales being something out of the, not necessarily true. Matt, are you going to enter the tall tales?
Not sure the
Matt,
problem is.
I say the reason I'm here today is because Matt's for tall tales. It was Jack and Bill.
It was actually a humorous speech.
Really? It was really tall tales. It was humorous also. He had me on the floor laughing. No, I was laughing. Not, he didn't actually attack me. International is anything out there. It's not necessarily humorous, but it's kind of serious, but kind of not. It could be a speech on anything. It could be a speech on winter weather or, catch that one? Yeah. Or it could be, like Larry's propeller, something a little more serious.
Connie, when did you say that was?
International and tall tales has to be done by March 2nd.
March 2nd, okay. Thank you.
What's our meeting date in February?
Our dates in February, without a calendar, I couldn't tell you.
I'll look, I
Without
have
a
it down
calendar.
here.
Probably the 2nd and the 16th.
I think it's the second.
This is not leap year, come to think of it.
Yeah, I looked at it today, I think it's
31st is a Sunday, I do know that. So it would have to be the 2nd and the 16th.
I move that we have our speech contest on the 16th.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? So we'll set it up for the 16th. I'm going to send out an email if there's anything you'd like special to be doing at night. That would be great. Just we did get from Toastmasters actually club contest rules, et cetera, which is great. Would you put that on the schedule for the 16th? Thanks. So I did want to remind you that. I believe we're going to Syracuse or Manlius or Lafayette or something for the contest. I'm not sure where it is at yet. As far as any more business meeting, I would like to welcome Norman. Norman is our new member tonight. He joined last time we met, and welcome aboard, Norman. Thanks for doing it. And I'd like to welcome Annette again. Hopefully she'll be joining us too. Now, usually there's a theme for the meeting. Last year I think I was Toastmaster at the same meeting, and I did a Martin Luther King thing. Well, I'm kind of out of that racial slur, and I don't want to get into tattoos because I don't want to tell you what kind of day I had. So I'm just happy to be here, and I thought this weekend a nice theme to the meeting would be, do you cook something different in the wintertime that you eat, that you would not cook or eat in the summertime? And is there an activity that you do come winter that you don't do normally in the summer? So I'll start, and what made me think of it was I made homemade chicken soup this weekend, and I made my own noodles. But the other dish I like to cook in the wintertime, a couple dishes, is chili, spaghetti sauce, big batches, and a pot roast. There's nothing like a pot roast in the crock pot, so you smell it all day long when it's cooked. And I guess the activities that I don't do in the wintertime that I do in the summertime is that I'll go out on my back deck, drink wine with my husband, and watch the flowers. Because it's kind of chilly out there. But I do read a little more, try to do a little more quilting, and, you know, kind of geared up for what's coming up in the next couple months here, cat season. So that, how about you?
In terms of what I like to cook in the wintertime that I might not cook other times of the year, probably very similar to Connie, chili, beef stew, those types of things. I've never made a pot roast per se, although I made something similar the other day that resulted a little on the bland side. I think it's called,
The activities?
the activities that I do during the winter that I don't do. Snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, those types of things. Yeah, I don't run as much during the winter, but you can understand why that might be.
Two key things for a good pot roast is a cup of coffee, leftover coffee in the morning. Tenderized with beef is a nice, separate, easy flavor. Huge.
I hate beer, so.
Beer? No, that and drink.
We learned something about unison.
In winter, we have a festival called Uttarayan, and during that, last week it was that festival, and we make cakes made of that's called stay oil, which is I forgot the name of
Fried dough?
what is that in the donuts? Sometimes we get that seeds. Sesame seeds. Yeah, sesame seeds cakes with jaggery. Jaggery is a brown sugar thing.
And you're bringing the next meeting, right?
Well, my wife made that, but that was not. It broke into pieces. So I can certainly bring it. Yeah. So that because the sesame seeds are known as heat producing seeds, and they are very good for body as well as skin. So we eat that sort of things. And then as far as activity goes, getting more lazy during winter. It's a little bit less in some.
Thank you. Judith, so glad to join us.
Oh, so glad to be here. Got over the snowy hills and made it all the way here. What I like to cook in the winter is soup. Soup is my favorite food, and I don't do it too often in the summer. I really don't care for cold soups. A lot of people have their cold soups, and I don't care for them. And I love to make homemade split pea soup. It's one of my favorites. And I always put beer in my pot roast. Ever since my second husband taught me that, and it's really, really good. One can of beer. And I love to horseback ride, and I don't horseback ride as much in the winter. But when you get that perfect day to go horseback riding in the winter, it's very magical. And I love to snowshoe with my dog.
Good.
I don't cook,
Period.
but one of the things that my wife cooks in the winter that we enjoy is scalloped potatoes and ham. It's not usually something we have in the summertime. And I do like to take walks in the wintertime. So.
Thank you.
I make pea soup also, and scalloped potatoes and ham. Have the oven on in the winter. I cook on Friday and Sunday, my afternoon off, and I of course I use my stewed tomatoes to make chili and Spanish rice. As far as winter, as far as activities, I don't do much outside the house.